growth, its inroads to the Middle East, and where India fits in all this. The White House's strategy to deal with all this in the spotlight right now, with U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson's big trip to India underway. He landed a few hours ago. The secretary will meet today with government leaders, including Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Tillerson's trip will last 3 days. On the agenda, the future of war-torn Afghanistan with the Taliban on the rise, economic and security cooperation, and how to deal with an increasingly assertive China. Now, Owen touched on that a few minutes ago. Let's go now to New Delhi. I'm joined now by Samir Saran. So do you think that the U.S. is trying to gain this foothold in the region? They want India as a partner to deal with the evolution of China's growth worldwide.
So I'm not sure what U.S. wants in the region. I'm not sure the U.S. knows what it wants in the region. But certainly India in the last few months is quite clear that it will have to find ways and means to resist extremely assertive China in this region. You heard about the face-off in the Himalayas, a 73-day-long standoff, which in my view was resulting from India's inability, or rather the unwillingness to accede to the Belt and Road Initiative and to play ball with the Chinese plans for the region. I'm quite sure the US is beginning to realize that it can't push back against the dragon alone. And in that way, in that sense, perhaps this particular trip to visit to India is the first time US is coming clean on speaking about a partnership that can continue to sustain and support a more open, plural, and liberal political order in this part of the world.
So what about the issue of Afghanistan? America clearly stepping up its involvement in Afghanistan, sending thousands of more combat troops. Obviously, it's an important country in the region. India sends a lot of aid to Afghanistan. What's the hope moving forward there?
No, Afghanistan is an extremely important country for India. I keep reminding people that in the 90s, when we were a much smaller economy, we were still willing to commit a large part of our resources to ensure some form of liberalism was kept alive. And India is not going to back away from its determination to ensure that the radicals don't take over that particular geography. The US shares similar views. The problem is US also has its own political complications in Pakistan. It also has to ensure that they don't push Pakistan too hard, lest it completely moves over to the side of the Chinese. So the US is going to have to play a balancing act. India is quite determined that Afghanistan should not be taken over by the radical regimes. And in some ways, they will have to find this fine medium where India and the US can partner aggressively and yet keep Pakistan unstable.
All right, that's just one of the big topics on the agenda. Thank you, Samir, so much for being with us from New Delhi. Also,